the Orange Room, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Exciting day here at the Koch residence. We've got a new fence going in outside. We got a fence going in over here, a fence going in over there. So we hear some skadoom, skadoom. That's the nail guns going. Got a couple different guitars in here, ladies and gents. Apparently I'm live from the Orange Room. Is that a fact? From the Orange Room, down, there's a station. I'm going to share this with music friends. Right post. Maybe I will. Boom. Public. I'm going to share it over here with the kids. I'm going to share it to the Gristle Kingdom. We did that. I'm also going to share it elsewhere. Where else? Write a post. Maybe I'll write it in. I think that's good for now. All right, folks. So, hey. How's everybody doing? Dylan's not here. He is out and about once again, ladies and gentlemen. But Wildwood did send me a couple guitars to play for your listening and dining pleasure. And this one that I have in my hands here is a glorious... the Fender Stories Collection. This is the Eric Johnson 1954 Virginia Stratocaster, ladies and gentlemen. Which sounds pretty doggone good. It's got that 12-inch radius. of phasey goodness. Sounds glorious. You know what kind of wood this is, ladies and gentlemen? Sassafrass. It's sassafrass, ladies and gentlemen. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Well, Lawton Child's in the house. What's going on out there in the Intergoogle? Oh. I had to double up my coffee treat. We were getting our new Tascam Model 24 dialed in. Just came in the mail yesterday. Tascam's been very, very good to us. And we're going to be doing more and more stuff with this, these glorious materials. But for now, right now, everything you're hearing, instead of going through the Focusrite, it's actually going through this Tascam Model 24 into Logic, into OBS, and then through Restream out into the Intergoogles. When we get to the point where we got the full band again. By the way, thanks to all who contributed to our live stream we did. We did kind of a rando live stream on Saturday. And people were very generous with the tips. That's excellent because the gigs have been canceled for a long time, especially for Toby and Dylan. I've got other ways of doing my due, thank God. But the gig aspect of it, that part is hurting a lot. And we did have a lot of gigs canceled. So the fact that people were so generous was awesome. So we're probably going to do that every other week. I think Toby will come down. And people have been asking about new KMT stuff. We have a new record that is being finished as we speak. I was in again last night. I'm going in again tonight. We got a whole bunch of tunes done. I think I might, as kind of a fun thing, release a version of our song, I Must Have Gained a Quarantine, because we recorded a version of it that, quite frankly, rocks. So we might do a little single release of that within the very near future for your listening and dining pleasure. Other than that, we've got, I think, 12 tunes tracked, and some bluesy stuff, some funky stuff, some of the hits for the kids. People have been asking about tunes like Allura and Succulents and Luna Girl and things of this nature. So those songs will be coming. We also decided to do a little version of that Johnny Guitar Watson tune that we do, that Real Mother For You, because that's just a fun tune. I thought, what the hell? I got plenty of my own tunes to put on it, but it's a fun tune. People dig it, so we recorded it. Doggity dog it. And anyway, has a guitar, after playing it, made you go, nope, I don't like it? Sometimes. We need the Ballad of the Dirt Spider, too. Michael, you savage beast. So these two guitars came. There's two more, too, but I'll play those on next Thursday. So Wildwood's got a few of these. This is a 54 Strat, the Eric Johnson, Virginia. I think it's kind of a limited run thing. Something Fender's doing. Hang on, I gotta get all the skedaddle on it. This one is 8.2 pounds, not bad. I believe the details, not really funny, Quarantine, but too true. Am I right, Tom? It's a little hard to. The stress eating is the thing, right? Bad food choices when on quarantine, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Crunch with crunch berries, things of this nature. I speak to those issues in that song. Anyway, this is the neck on these rascals is a one-piece quarter sawn neck, which is what they do on the Eric Johnson models because it just resonates in a superior fashion. It's a 12-inch radius on this bad boy, but what's interesting, the 5-way toggle switch is a little diffy. It's got a And the 4 position's got an out of phase thing. So on the neck, you get a nice neck. I think it's a 57 Strat pickup from Fender. The middle one's a 62, I think, and then the back pickup is an HS2 DiMarzio. Anyway, so it's a glorious sounding guitar, but I like this 4 position. So instead of having those 2 pickups in, what would it be, in series, parallel, it's something out of phase. That one? Right? Middle pickup. Kind of a funny thing. When I do these videos out at Wildwood, and we're doing 25 guitars a day, and I might have a whole flotilla of Stratocasters to play. Sometimes when they're right out of the box, they take a little. They're not set up. So I got to be careful what I play on them because I don't want to go out of tune, especially, on camera. So I have little jams I have a tendency to do in different pickup selections, tunes of my own, little riffs of my favorite musicians over the years that might have used those particular pickup selections. Like, for instance, on the middle pickup, I might do a little Derek and the Dominoes action from the live record. When I can play it. From there, I might go into any number of different things like Stevie Ray has them. Soft V-shaped maple neck. What is that like? Well, this one's actually got a little bit more girth. A lot of times on these guitars, actually these necks on both these 2 guitars, this is this 50s limited run American original Mary Kay Glorious Strat. They have very similar necks as far as the width. Just a soft V, but it's a substantive neck. It reminds me of more like the 55s. You know what I mean? It's got a little bigger girth. It's not the old 57s that they used to have was a smaller neck. Like really small. This one's got some girth to it. So if you like a neck with a little bit of substance to it. Doing it backwards. Two position on this one is pretty nice too. Now when I'm in this position, I might do any number of different tunings. I might do a little kind of asking about the pedals. I'm just going straight into the amp. I'm going into my signature Koch amplifier, which you can see right over here, this little beast. I have a foot switch for it that allows me to go between channels, add a little bit more gain via the amp. There's also a nice harmonic vibrato on board. No Dylan, Destroyer of Worlds. No, he's on a mission once again, ladies and gentlemen. We shall see. He'll be back with me tomorrow, though. Do you grow your nails out on your right hand for hybrid picking? You know what? I have them just long enough to pop the strings. As long as I have a little bit of white showing above the cuticle, I got enough to pop the strings. Do you come across lots of Strats that you think are special and you would want? Yeah, it's kind of a funny thing. Like with this guitar, when I plug in and I heard that 2 position, I thought I could definitely deal with it. Next sounds great. And then this out of phase thing. Sounds so cool. The back pickup's got some sass to it. It's a DiMarzio. Can you show some bends behind the nut? Well, sometimes I just like to do, if I'm in A, I'll just grab the B string behind the neck. Go to the 4 chord, kind of bend it down a half step. So if I'm doing it in the key of A, I'll hit this harmonic here at the 4th fret on the A string. Go up there, or sometimes I'll do the 4th harmonic on the E string. Kind of Star Trekian. Got to have the guitar tamed right out of the box. It's not suggested to start wrestling behind the nut, which sounds dirty, but it's not. It sounds dirty, but it's not. It's chiffon. I don't even know what that means. it to the middle position there, it sounds pretty doggone good. Band of Gypsies is always a good thing. Am I right or am I right? Doggone it. Guitar right out of the box? Are you kidding me? Would you recommend it? Would you recommend for slide playing? This guitar, you mean? Well, the back pickup's got a little extra heat, so it might be a good idea. Can you feel it? Can you dig it? I tell you what, I'd take this guitar. This would be a Strat I would take. Oh, look at that. It says EJ back there. See that? EJ Eric Johnson. A plectrum-wielding prestidigitator of the highest order. Can you dig it? Yeah. Big old neck pickup sounds good, am I right? Things I like doing on a Strat is just to flick that toggle switch and when I go. Jay Knudsen asks, where are your interviews located? They are actually all posted on the Wildwood YouTube page. So go there. They usually break them apart. They're hour-long interviews, and they're broken into 5 segments. And so Paul edits them and puts them up. We'll put like one version out. A few days later, segment 2, segment 3, segment 4, segment 5, and so on and so forth. Can you dig it? Hey, Greg, any new music you would recommend? Boy, don't ask me for new stuff. I'm gonna listen to old stuff all the time. My son turned me on to some Japanese metal band the other day. I was enjoying that for a hot minute. What am I plugged into? I'm plugged into my Koch amplifier, and there's a mic in front of it. What we've had a lot of luck with is this M audio microphone we place in the middle of the baffle, so it's actually between the two 10-inch speakers. It just sounds good. It sounds diggity doggone good. So that's going through this Tascam Model 24, and then into the computer via Logic, and then into OBS, and then out through Restream. So that's what's happening. Does it rhyme with chalk? Yes, it does. Are you saying you're not using any pedals? That is correct. I'm going straight into the amp. So this is the, let me give you the lowdown on the amp here real quick. So if I just kind of give you a little sample of what's happened. That's the clean tone. Now the clean tone, there's this OTS feature, which is output tube saturation. It's like taking a half-watt power amp tube and overdriving it, and you can add that to either channel. So if I add it to the clean channel, it sounds like this. Back to clean channel. And if I go over here to the overdrive channel, it sounds more like this. Now I can add an overdrive boost to that same channel. So I can go back to that lead channel, just have it slightly overdriven. If I hit the OTS with that channel, it sounds like this. Boost on with the with the OTS. That's a lot of O's. It sounds like a fuzz. Can you dig it? That out of phase sounds cool. I like that. Kind of an interesting thing too on the bridge here. They've got this. It's an old school vintage bridge, but on the high E string they've got one American Standard era bridge saddle on the high E string. It's an Eric Johnson thing. Apparently he digs it. So. That's what you have going on. That's what you got going on in this piece. But yeah, so there's a few of these guitars at Wildwood. They say, we're gonna send you some guitars we got a bunch of, so play it, and if people dig them, they can go and check them out. Or you can buy this very one if you want. I think the link is attached to this, the information on this feed, both on not Instagram, on, I can't get my platform straight. On YouTube and on Facebook. Yeah, there's one string tree here, like a 50s would have, but a 54 would have the round one, if I'm not mistaken. All right, now just for hell's sake, For hell's sake, that doesn't make sense. I'm going to grab this other guitar here. So again, this is the Eric Johnson Virginia, the 54 Strat, which I dig actually. This is a Strat I could play. I felt that way about all the different, I hope you can still hear me off microphone. I felt that about all the different Eric Johnson model Strats. You don't have to be an Eric Johnson super fan. Of course, he is a majestic human and musician, but his guitars are great because he's so particular that his signature models are so dialed in. They're very ergonomically delightful. So this is another version of that. Yeah, it's got 12-inch radius, soft V, quarter sawn neck. This is key. He likes those quarter sawn necks, which is what you can get on a Wildwood 10, as a matter of fact. It's just the guitar resonates differently. So, and again, the pickups on it are you got a 57 Strat and a 62 Strat. I think the 62 is in the middle and the 57 is in the neck, and then the HS2 is in the bridge position. Can you dig it? 5-way switch, but that 4 position is out of phase, which we saw earlier. But the wood is sassafrass. Sassafrass! Sassafrass dumplings. Yes. All right, so there's that. I'm going to put that down for a hot second. We could come back to that rascal in a minute, although I enjoyed caressing it. I felt unnatural, but that's all right. When I feel unnatural. All right, this, hang on, not this one. I'm going to go back over here. All right, so this one is a limited run, what Fender calls their limited edition American Original 50s Stratocaster. But this one is the Mary Kay finish. So it's an ash body, and it's got the gold hardware, transparent white, which is beautiful, like the old Mary Kay model. I actually had, this is probably in the early 90s, right? They made these available both in a 62 and like a 57. And I bought the 62 version. That was my main guitar for a few years there, actually, from like, let's go back in time. I think 89. From 89, 90 through, 89 through 91-ish or so. That was my main git fiddle. This one is actually 7.37 pounds. Ash body. A little bit more squish to it. Shuffle and G, I just could play them all day. Maybe for the rest of my existence, I could just play little variations on shuffles and G. And I would be content. I don't know if everybody else would be content. Be like, stop playing a shuffle and G. You're driving me insane. But I'd say, eat it. I enjoy it. Eat it. Eat that shuffle. It's good for you. You got to mind that colon. And nothing says healthy colon more, ladies and gentlemen, than the dulcet tones of a shuffle in G, as played by Drade. Who's Drade, you may ask? Well, I'm not going to get into it. Soft V profile. The neck is almost identical on this guitar to the Eric Johnson. Maybe just slightly less. No, I think it's the same damn neck, to be honest with you. Only a 9.5-inch radius on this one, where the other one's 12-inch radius. And this is not quarter sawn, where the other one is. But damn, it sounds good right from the get. See that extra little sparky spark in that 2 position? Well, Mr. E decided to go for a walk. Yeah, lay down outside. Right? believe the first version of Spank It I ever did was on my Mary Kay Strat back. So still got that sparkle. Good, clean fun. Actually kind of staying in tune pretty good. I'm sorry, but this guitar sounds freaking glorious. What? I might have to have this guitar. Damn you! This is a American Original Series 50s Stratocaster in the Mary Kay colors. It's a limited run. There's only 20 of them, apparently. And Wildwood has some, so they sent me one to say, hey, play this. See what you think. Well, I think I want it. It is a limited edition American original 50s Stratocaster, Mary Kay White Blonde, gloss nitrocellulose lacquer, 7.37 pounds, ash body, maple neck, soft V profile. Fingerboard, maple. Radius, 9.5. Scale length, 25.5. Width at nut, 1.65. That's a little personal. Nut material, even more personal. Bone, word. Frets, 21 vintage tall. The pickups, here's where we're going. 3 pure vintage 59 Strat single coils. Well, I got to tell you, it sounds diggity doggone delish. So they got a few of these over at the old Wildwood. This particular guitar is for sale, but it is at my house. So, you know, there's an old adage that I've heard, ladies and gentlemen. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Breaking the law, breaking the law. 9/10, breaking the law, breaking the law. I'm breaking 9/10 of the law today playing this rascal. I don't even know what any of that means. It felt pretty good, though. It felt pretty good to say it. But the gold hardware makes me feel especially opulent. How much are they? They are on the website for $21.99. But it says as low as $102 a month with Affirm. But that is not my concern. My concern is to play this guitar and enjoy it. But if you guys want to engage in some kind of fiduciary exchange to receive it, that is of your own prerogative. Your own prerogative. Good song called Own Prerogative. I believe that was a Bobby Brown song, if I'm not mistaken. Let me tell you something. Coffee's damn delicious at any time of the day, but particularly in the afternoon. Phil Lip says, speaking of sounding glorious, hold on. Just because of your Les Paul sounds like I brought a couple of those Fish Person Fluence Classic Open. Right? They sound magnificent. It sounded magnificent. They say Leo hated gold hardware. You know, everyone has their tastes. Leo, I believe, was a man of varying tastes, which maybe would be consistent with yours or not. I personally like gold hardware. Why? Because sometimes you just want to feel the power of opulence. You want to feel the power of opulence. Key, but man, that sounds good. C, G, boy, that sounds good. This is a good sounding Strat. Out here in the fields, I fight for new Strats. Pa, pish, piddle, give me it. Pow. Take it. None of that made sense. chords in that song, but it's a good one. Skin It Back there, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I could play this guitar for quite some time. Albert Collins licks. Oh! Folks, I kind of might have to have this guitar. I'd be careful what I say on the microphone. I don't want to get in trouble with anybody. We're getting a new fence in today, ladies and gentlemen. New fence, new guitar. Well, too late. The fence is going in, so tick-a-dick, tick-a-dick, dick-deedle. Our old fence was decrepit and dilapidated. It looked pathetic, so we needed a new fence. And now we got it, ladies and gentlemen. Living on Tulsa time. Well, I left Oklahoma driving in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was going to California, maybe. Arizona, California. Sorry. This guitar sounds good. That's all I'm going to tell you. Let's go back to the other one to hear what it sounds like in comparison. What do you think? Yeah, let's go back to the other one. See what it sounds like in comparison. Is it a maple or rosewood fence? It's a good one. It's a powerful fence. Maybe it's sassafrass. I ordered a special sassafrass. Hot long summer, Jimmy? Oh, Eddie, you are a rascal. Little Jimmy, butter doo doo. God, this thing sounds good. Am I right or am I right? This thing sounds pretty freaking wicked. Twisting this guitar a little bit out of tune. It's all right. It's good for it. It needs to learn respect. controls work? That's a good question. Let's see what we got here. Tone there. Oh, there we go. Right? Jesus has left a Schwaben on. Someone asked what the tone controls were on the amp. I got everything at straight up noon. I got the bass and the middle and the treble at noon and the presence at noon. That middle pickup. Jesus wept. This guitar. All the sounds you're hearing are coming from the amplifier and the guitar. Just the guitar, the chord, and the amp. Guitar, the chord, and the amp. It's the gold hardware, folks, okay? You put gold hardware on a guitar, and next thing you got... people are asking what amp I'm using. I'm using my Koch amplifier. Same last name as myself, of course, but I'm not related, although that is my signature amp with that company. It's called the Greg. It's got 2 10s. It's got 50 watts or 25 watts. Of course, I have it on the 50-watt mode because I'm a power slave. I'm a slave to power. Unlimited power. Sorry, I lose control sometimes. I know how the harmonic vibrato can sound so much like a vibratone. I love how, yeah, you are correct, Michael. It does sound indeed. It sounds like a univibe is what it sounds like, really. Yeah, boom, da doom, doom, ba doom, doom, doom. Good tune. I can't remember that. Oh. Something like that. I saw a light up ahead, shining in right above my rear. I was alone, and bring me home. Wow, sorry, I lost control there. Mr. Growley took over. Mr. Growley took over. All right, folks, there you have it. A couple of cool guitars today. We had that Eric Johnson Virginia, the 54 Strat, the details of which of both of these guitars are attached to this very live feed that we're doing, either on Instagram or on YouTube. They're both available for sale. Maybe not this one. But there are more than one of both of these guitars. These particular guitars are for sale. If you want to get them, just call the folks at Wildwood or email them or whatever you want to do. But they have many, well, they have multiple versions of each. There's only 20 of these, I think, total made, of these Mary Kay 50s Strats. And then there's a few of these as well. This is that 54 Virginia Eric Johnson Strat. So a lot of fun today with these rascals. Yes, the new mixer sounds great. This is our new Model 24 Tascam. It's helping us out with their activities. That's only going to continue, and we're going to do a bunch of different stuff with their cooperation. But yeah, so today, all the sounds you're hearing are coming through that device, which sounds warm. Even when Ryan was doing our sound check from afar, he's out in Boston, he kind of mixes from afar. He's like, this thing sounds a little warmer and fatter than the other thing you were using. I'm like, yeah. So we're going through that into Logic, and then out through OBS and into the world. Can you dig it? Any last questions out there? It sounds real warm. All right, Adam, that's what we like to hear. Sarah, they said it sounds real warm out there. She gives it the thumbs up. My wife says thumbs up. Great stuff today, Greg, as per usual. Thank you, Eddie. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate that. Whaling's, like I said, cats and heat. Cats and heat. You're going to end up keeping the white one. I just know it. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, it sounds good. I'll tell you what. It sounds damn good. Warm and fat is only good in guitars. Well, depends how you like to roll. Any other last questions? Other cable? I'm not really, actually the cable I'm using, I don't even know what this cable is. I've used lava cables for years, so my coily cables, and usually all the cables I use are, Mark Stoddard had set me up with a bunch of cables, I want to say 10 years ago, and I still use those cables. So they work great, they sound great. Fantastic. Love the Strat tone, right? It just sounds good. Huge fan, big source of inspiration for me. Well, thank you, Will. I appreciate that. Can you hold up the EJ to see the saddle? Yes, I can, Brian. Can you see that extraneous bridge saddle there? The high E string is different from the rest of them because EJ must like that. So that's what they do. Fender are doing a Bonamassa Strat. It's exactly the same as Eric Johnson, but wears shades. Oh, that is inappropriate. That is inappropriate. That is inappropriate. That is inappropriate. Is there no last question? There is no last question, but we have a latest request via Mark Knopfler, if you can, sir. Oh, I do like me some Mark Knopfler, but I'll do some Marky Mark next time. White Strat sounds gorgeous. Thanks, Mr. Koch, for waking me up this morning. Well, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, well, yeah. Ever going to play acoustic? You know what? I will, Matt. I play acoustic on my live feeds on Mondays and Fridays because they're Fishman oriented, and I'm using Fishman electronics in my Martin guitars. But I'm sure we will do some. Yeah, we'll definitely do some acoustic. I did a Martin day one day, and we did a Taylor day for Wildwood. So yes, in the future, I definitely will. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a pleasant remainder of your Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow at 4 Central Time via the Fishman portals. And please check out the Wildwood YouTube page and subscribe. You can go to my hello brain, work. You can go to my YouTube page and subscribe, please. I actually been adding some new content to that doggone thing, and we broadcast these on both platforms, the Wildwood YouTube page and mine. But the interview series that I'm doing called Wildwood at Home, that's on the Wildwood YouTube channel. And a lot of different people thus far. I just did Robbie McIntosh yesterday. He was one of my heroes. Played with the Pretenders, played with Paul McCartney. He's played with everyone and their damn brother. It's ridiculous. And he's got the golden touch. And what a cool dude. Had a nice conversation with him. It takes a while for these things to get edited and out, but we do have a bunch that are already online. The most recent one is with my buddy Jeff Pivar, but I had a recent really nice talk with Joe Satriani. Of course, the Lukather one was a lot of fun, and Josh Smith, Kirk Fletcher, Andy Timmons, Deke Dickerson. We got Mark Lettieri tomorrow. It's all good times. Johnny A, perfect. Yeah, the Johnny A one was a lot of fun. That's going to be coming. So check them all out. They're a lot of fun. All right, folks. Thank you. Oh, and Roscoe Beck, of course, the mighty Roscoe. All right, we'll see you.